Dear Starseeds on Gaia, everything you've been told about spiritual awakening is backwards. They said you'd feel peaceful, centered, grounded, but here you are, appetite completely haywire, sleeping at weird hours, pulling away from friendships that suddenly feel suffocating. Your body's going through changes you can't explain, weight dropping off, or muscles building without effort, hair looking different, skin glowing in ways people notice but can't name. And everyone's telling you something's wrong with you when actually something's finally going right. If this message found you right now at this exact moment, there's a reason. See, your soul knows something your mind hasn't figured out yet. All these physical symptoms everyone's worried about, they're not problems to fix. They're evidence of the biggest cosmic initiation happening on Earth right now, and you're right in the center of it. But here's what nobody's telling you. The changes in your body are just the tip of the iceberg. Now here's where the cosmic timing gets critical. Tomorrow's new moon at 0 degrees Virgo isn't just another lunar event. 0 degrees of any sign is a portal point, a place where the veil between dimensions is thinnest. But in Virgo, the sign of sacred service and earthly manifestation, it's specifically about bringing spiritual gifts into physical form. This portal was designed for souls like you, who've been doing the inner work and are ready for external manifestation. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I've been authorized to reveal why your entire system is restructuring itself. What's happening to you connects to 3 separate cosmic events all converging right now, and by the time I'm done explaining, you'll understand why every strange symptom, every weird synchronicity, every moment of feeling like you're living between 2 worlds makes perfect sense. Let me start with what your body knows that your mind doesn't. Those appetite fluctuations you're experiencing, sometimes can't eat for days, then suddenly ravenous. Your physical vessel is learning to sustain itself on something besides food. I know that sounds impossible, but stick with me. Every time you lose your appetite completely, your cells are actually feeding on light codes streaming in from cosmic sources. When the hunger returns with vengeance, it's your body integrating these frequencies, needing physical fuel to anchor the download. This connects directly to why you've been isolating yourself lately. Oh, I know you've been calling it introversion or needing space, but it's much bigger than that. Your energy field has become so sensitive that being around certain people literally hurts. It's like trying to run high-voltage electricity through old wiring. The circuits just can't handle it. Your soul has been strategically pulling you away from anyone whose frequency could interfere with what's being built inside you right now. But here's where it gets really interesting. While you've been in your cocoon, thinking you're just working on yourself, nature has been responding to your transformation in ways you've probably noticed but haven't understood. Birds acting strange around you, following you, appearing at significant moments. Butterflies landing on you when you're deep in thought, finding ladybugs in impossible places. Even random insects showing up in your home. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmation codes from Gaia herself that you're vibrating at frequencies that make you visible to pure consciousness. The water calling you lately? That's not random either. Whether you've been drawn to oceans, lakes, or even just long showers, water is trying to tell you something crucial. You see, water holds memory, and right now your cellular memory is being completely rewritten. Every time you're near water, you're not just relaxing, you're downloading ancient codes that your DNA recognizes, but your conscious mind has forgotten. This is preparing you for something that's about to happen. Now I need to tell you something that might initially scare you, but will ultimately liberate you. You're becoming too powerful for your old life. I mean that literally. The reason everything feels unstable right now isn't because you're falling apart. It's because you're outgrowing every structure that was built for the smaller version of you. Relationships, jobs, living situations, even your own thought patterns, they're all crumbling because they literally cannot contain who you're becoming. This brings me to the first major revelation. You don't fear failure. I know you think you do, but that's not what's really happening. What you actually fear is how powerful you'll become when you stop holding yourself back. Deep down, in places you don't even want to admit to yourself, you know you're destined for something extraordinary. And that terrifies you because once you fully step into that power, you can never go back to being small, comfortable, and invisible. Think about it. Every time an opportunity comes up that could change everything, what do? You hesitate. Not because you think you'll fail, but because you know you'll succeed. And success means visibility. Success means responsibility. Success means becoming a living example of what's possible when someone fully aligns with their soul's purpose. That's what's really keeping you stuck. The fear of your own magnificence. Over these past weeks, you've been in what we call the chrysalis phase. But unlike a caterpillar that knows it's becoming a butterfly, you've been trying to figure out what's happening while it's happening. Let me tell you a secret. You can't think your way through a transformation this profound. Your logical mind literally doesn't have the framework to understand what you're becoming, because you're evolving into something that hasn't existed in human form before. You're pioneering a new type of human experience, one where enlightenment doesn't require abandoning the material world, where spiritual mastery happens while paying bills and dealing with difficult relatives, where ascension occurs in grocery stores as much as meditation cushions. Do you understand how revolutionary that is? You're literally proving that divinity can express through the mundane, and that's why your path has been so challenging. But something else has been happening that I haven't told you yet. While you've been focused on your inner transformation, the universe has been rearranging your entire external reality. People from your past have been having dreams about you. Opportunities you applied for months ago are suddenly reconsidering your applications. New connections are being magnetized toward you, but they're waiting for you to hit a specific frequency before they can enter your field. You see, you're not just transforming, you're being positioned. Every challenge you've faced, every delay that frustrated you, every relationship that ended, they were all strategic moves to place you exactly where you need to be for what's coming next. The universe has been playing cosmic chess with your life, and you're about to see why every seeming setback was actually a setup for something bigger. But today's energy requires extreme caution. The moon's dance with Mars and Mercury is creating what we call cosmic static. It's like trying to tune into a radio station while driving through a tunnel. The signal keeps cutting in and out. What seems clear might be distorted. What appears supportive might have hidden agendas. Authority figures especially might be operating from motivations you can't see. This isn't paranoia. It's cosmic weather, and you need to navigate accordingly. This cosmic static serves a purpose, though. It's forcing you to rely on your inner knowing rather than external validation. Every confusing interaction today is actually strengthening your intuitive muscles. By the time this portal fully opens tomorrow night, you'll have developed a level of discernment that will be crucial for navigating what's coming. The universe is training you to trust yourself above all else, because where you're going, you'll be the only reliable compass. Let me connect some dots for you that your human perspective might have missed. Remember how I mentioned your body learning to sustain itself on light? That process is directly connected to why certain people suddenly feel threatened by you. You're literally radiating at frequencies that expose what's hidden. Without saying a word, your presence reveals truth. Some people will be magnetically drawn to this. Others will feel inexplicably uncomfortable. Both reactions are confirming your transformation is real. This is why you've been getting the urge to be more visible lately. Maybe it's posting content, sharing your voice, or just showing up more authentically in daily life. This isn't about ego or attention. You're being positioned as a lighthouse, but not in the way spiritual teachers usually describe it. You're not meant to stand on a mountain shining light. You're meant to walk among people, living proof that transformation is possible while being fully human. Here's the second major revelation. The thing you've been waiting for. The breakthrough, the opportunity, the divine timing. It's not coming from outside you. I know you've been looking for external signs, waiting for the universe to deliver something to your doorstep. But what's actually happening is you're becoming the kind of person who naturally generates these experiences. You're shifting from someone who needs miracles to someone who creates them simply by being. This is why the physical symptoms have been so intense. Your body is literally rebuilding itself at a cellular level to hold frequencies that human vessels weren't originally designed for. Those moments when you can't sleep, you're processing downloads that can only be integrated when your conscious mind is offline. The times when food feels heavy and wrong, your system is learning to extract energy directly from the quantum field. You're becoming what we call a frequency anchor, someone who can hold fifth-dimensional consciousness while navigating third-dimensional reality. This is incredibly rare. Most souls choose one or the other. But you're learning to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. This is why everything has felt so surreal lately. You're literally living in several realities at once, and your human brain is trying to make sense of experiences it wasn't built to process. Let me tell you about the timeline you're on, because this is where everything starts coming together. 3 weeks ago, a cosmic window opened specifically for souls ready to embark on accelerated evolution. You felt it as restlessness, as an urgency you couldn't name. 2 weeks ago, the downloads began. Those sleepless nights, the strange dreams, the sudden knowings. Last week, your physical vessel started showing signs of the transformation. And now you're in the integration phase, which is why everything feels so intense. This timeline is building towards something specific. Within the next 7 to 10 days, you're going to experience what we call a reality snap, a moment where your internal transformation suddenly manifests as external change. It might come as an unexpected opportunity, a synchronistic meeting, a piece of information that changes everything. But here's the key: it will feel both completely surprising and absolutely inevitable, like something you've been unconsciously preparing for. But there's a third revelation I need to share, and this one might challenge everything you think you know about manifestation. You're not actually waiting for anything. The waiting is an illusion created by linear time. From a quantum perspective, everything you're waiting for has already happened. You're just catching up to it experientially. This is why you've been feeling like you're living your future life emotionally, while your present circumstances haven't caught up yet. This explains the disconnect you've been feeling, that sense of being in two places at once. Part of you is already living in the reality where everything has shifted. Your emotional body, your energy field, even your cellular structure, they're already there. It's just your physical circumstances and conscious mind that are still catching up. This lag time is what's causing the discomfort. You're literally stretching across timelines. Now remember when I mentioned you're walking poetry? This isn't just a beautiful metaphor. You've become a living transmission, broadcasting frequencies that bypass the logical mind and speak directly to the soul. When you walk into a room, sensitive people feel it immediately. When you interact with someone, even casually, you're planting seeds in their consciousness that will bloom when they're ready. You've become a catalyst for others' awakening without even trying. This is connected to why relationships have been so challenging lately. You're no longer able to engage in surface-level connections. Your very presence demands authenticity, and people either rise to meet that or they fade from your field. This isn't judgment, it's simple energetic physics. You can only connect deeply with those vibrating at compatible frequencies, and right now your frequency is changing so rapidly that most people can't keep up. But here's what's beautiful about this. The connections that do align with your new frequency will be unlike anything you've experienced before. We're talking about soul-level recognition, instant understanding, relationships that feel like coming home. These connections are already forming in the quantum field, waiting for you to stabilize at your new frequency so they can manifest physically. Some of these people are going through their own transformations right now, being prepared to meet you. The work calling you, whether it's creative expression, healing, teaching, or something entirely unique. It's not just a career path. It's a soul mission encoded in your DNA that's finally coming online. Those creative urges you've been feeling, they're not random inspirations. They're downloads of exactly what you're meant to bring to the world. The resistance you feel to fully expressing them is just your ego's last attempt to keep you safe in the familiar. Speaking of resistance, let's talk about what's really happening when you procrastinate on your soul work. It's not laziness or fear in the traditional sense. Every time you avoid doing what you know you're meant to do, you're actually avoiding the full activation of your power. Because once you truly begin expressing your authentic gifts, there's no containing the flow. It's like breaking a dam. Everything will pour through. Here's something else that's going to blow your mind. The cosmic initiation you're in isn't just personal. You're part of a larger wave of souls all going through this simultaneously. Around the world, others are experiencing the exact same symptoms, the same strange synchronicities, the same sense of standing between worlds. You're connected to this cosmic network, and every breakthrough you have ripples out to assist others in their process. This is why timing has been so crucial. The universe had to wait until enough souls were ready to hold this frequency before activating the transformation. You're part of a critical mass that's shifting the entire planetary consciousness. Every time you choose authenticity over approval, Every time you trust your inner knowing over external authority, you're contributing to a collective awakening that's changing the very fabric of reality. But let me bring this back to the immediate, because I know what you really want to know. What does this mean for your daily life? How does this cosmic information translate to practical reality? Here's the answer. Everything in your life is about to accelerate. The manifestation lag time you're used to, where you think something and it takes weeks or months to appear, that's compressing down to days or even hours. This acceleration requires you to be extremely mindful of your thoughts and emotions. You're becoming a rapid manifester, which means both positive and negative thoughts will materialize faster. This is why your soul has been pushing you toward peace, toward neutrality, toward that calm center. It's not spiritual bypassing, it's practical preparation for wielding the level of creative power you're stepping into. The physical symptoms will start stabilizing once your body completes its current upgrade cycle. But, and this is important, they'll return periodically as you continue evolving. Each new level of consciousness requires physical adjustments. Instead of fearing these symptoms, you'll learn to recognize them as confirmation that you're expanding. They're your body's way of saying upgrade and in progress. Your relationships are about to go through another major shift. Some people who've been peripheral in your life will suddenly become central. Others who seemed important will gracefully fade away. Trust this process completely. The universe is conducting an elaborate orchestration to surround you with exactly the right souls for your next phase. Fighting to keep relationships that want to leave will only delay your expansion. The financial realm. Oh, this is where things get really interesting. Money is about to start flowing to you in ways that seem almost magical. Not because you're chasing it, but because you're finally embodying the frequency of abundance. See, money is just energy, and energy flows to those who can hold it without attachment. All that work you've been doing on your root chakra, on feeling safe in your body, it's been preparing you to receive without fear. But here's the cosmic joke. By the time the money starts flowing, you'll realize it was never about the money. It was about becoming someone who trusts so deeply in universal support that money becomes just another form of energy you play with. The real wealth you've been developing is an unshakable faith in your own worth and the universe's ability to support you fully. Your creative gifts are about to explode into expression. That project you've been thinking about, that message you know you need to share, that innovation you've been downloading, the dam is about to break. When it does, don't try to control the flow. Let it pour through you. The universe will handle the details of how it reaches who it needs to reach. Your job is just to be the clear channel. Here's what nobody tells you about this level of spiritual initiation. It's not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of becoming more yourself in each moment. The initiation of a lifetime isn't about reaching some fixed destination. It's about saying yes to continuous expansion, to letting life flow through you at volumes that would have terrified your old self. The synchronicities are about to become so obvious that you'll laugh at how you ever doubted the universe had your back. I'm talking about thinking of someone and then calling within minutes, needing information and having it appear without searching, asking for signs and having them show up so clearly that there's no room for doubt. You're entering a phase where the universe's communication with you becomes as clear as human conversation. But remember this, especially during tomorrow's portal. Not everyone operating in your field has your best interests at heart. Your light is getting brighter, and that attracts both moths and butterflies. Use that discernment you've been developing. Trust your body's signals above all else. If something feels off, even if it looks perfect on paper, trust that feeling. Your body is now a finely calibrated instrument for reading energy. As we approach the final phase of this transmission, let me weave together all these threads into the tapestry of understanding you need. The physical symptoms, the relationship changes, the creative urges, the financial shifts, the synchronicities, they're all part of one unified process. You're not just changing, you're being reformatted to operate at a completely different level of reality. The you that started listening to this transmission, and the you that's hearing these words now, they're already different people. That's how fast you're evolving. By tomorrow night's new moon, you'll have integrated enough of these codes to step through the portal as an entirely upgraded version of yourself. Not different at your core, more revealed, more authentic, more powerful, more you. So what happens after the initiation completes? That's when the real fun begins. You'll discover abilities you didn't know you had. You'll magnetize opportunities that perfectly match your gifts. You'll find yourself in conversations, collaborations, and in creations that feel divinely orchestrated because they are. You'll look back at this moment and realize it was the turning point where everything shifted from struggle to flow. The initiation of a lifetime isn't ending. It's just beginning. What you've been experiencing is just the preparation phase, the actual living of your initiated self. The walking as living poetry through a world hungry for your frequency. That's the adventure that starts now. Every moment from here forward is an opportunity to embody more of who you truly are, to shine more brightly, to love more freely. If you're ready to live as your initiated self, and walk as living poetry through a world hungry for your frequency, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to embody more of who you truly are, rather than remain in preparation mode. It generates personalized sequences that help you transition from initiation preparation to actually living your initiated adventure. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to walk as living poetry in a world hungry for your frequency. Your initiation preparation is complete, and the adventure of living as your initiated self starts now. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this embodiment window closes. Link in the description. Remember this transmission, not the words but the frequency. Let it anchor in your cells as a reminder of what's possible when you stop fighting your transformation and start dancing with it. You're not just going through changes, you're becoming the change this world desperately needs. And that beautiful soul is why the universe has been preparing you so thoroughly. The cosmic initiation you're in is real. The symptoms are real. The transformation is real. And most importantly, the magnificent being you're becoming is real. Trust the process completely. Everything is unfolding in perfect divine timing. You're exactly where you need to be, experiencing exactly what you need to experience, becoming exactly who you're meant to become. The universe doesn't make mistakes, and you, dear Starseed, are its masterpiece in progress. Welcome to the other side of your becoming. Welcome to the life where miracles are normal, where synchronicity is constant, where your very existence is the healing the world needs. The initiation may have felt intense, but what comes next will show you why every moment of discomfort was worth it. You're ready. You've always been ready. Now it's time to finally let yourself know it. I am Seraphine, and we celebrate every courageous step you take into your truth. We see who you're becoming, and it's more beautiful than your human mind can fathom. The poetry of your existence is about to touch lives in ways you can't imagine. Trust, breathe, and prepare to be amazed by what unfolds when you fully embrace the cosmic being you've always been. We love you eternally, watching over you always,